So now that you've survived 12-6, the combination of perfect squares and, the difference of squares and the perfect square trinomials, and then you went back to 12-7 and you were looking for that and it wasn't there, it was just a review, we're going to step it back a little bit and we're going to do what's called GCF and how we were doing tic-tac-toe at the beginning of the unit. So, this is factoring completely. Steps to factoring completely. Pull everything out of which is the greatest common factor. Factor resulting polynomial. If it's two terms, look for difference of squares. If it's a difference of squares, do it. If it's three terms, factor it using tic-tac-toe or whatever. Remember, factor till you can't factor anymore. And if it's prime, write prime. So if you're looking at these terms, we have a 3 in common with them, and we have an x in common. And so that becomes 2x squared plus 3, x minus 6. And then this can be factored, and so we would do 2, -6, -12, factors of -12, signs are different, put the minus there, the plus there, and we're subtracting to get 3. So we have 1 and 12 and 2 and 6 and 3 and 4. And when I was doing this, I was like, I don't see anything that gets to 3. When I took out the 3x, this should have been just an x right here. So this is a 1. And then when I'm subtracting, it's the 4 and the 3. The larger one is positive, so the 4 goes there, the 3 goes there. 1 and 2 and 2 and -3. And so it is, the 3x stays there. And then I have x plus 2. And then I have 2x minus 3. Way to start off with a mistake on the very first problem. Okay, here we go. Second one, GCF, 5 and an x. 5x becomes x squared minus 1. Difference of two squares, 5x times x plus 1 and x minus 1. Take a 4 out, 4 times 2x squared, 2r squared, sorry. 2r squared minus 2, minus 1. That's a square. That is not a perfect square. It stays like that. To 11 and 15, nothing is divisible. That's prime, that's got a 3 and a 5. That's not a perfect square. Tic-tac-toe. 2, 15, 30, same thing to add, or to be -11. They have to be the same, and the biggest one is a negative, so they're both negative. And that's 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, and 5 and 6. So 6 and 5 is 11. 2 goes there, 1 goes there, 5 goes there, 3 goes there. And I get 2z minus 5 times z minus 3. Notice I crossed my z's because you know my sloppy writing, you'll think they're 2's. Let's see. There's 4's and everything. There's n's and everything, so I'm going to take a 4n and get 2n squared minus 11n plus 7. I'm going to do tic-tac-toe in 2 and 14. Whew, I always get ahead of myself. 2 and 7 and 14 to get 11. I get 1 and 14 and 2 and 7 are my factors. Neither of those will get 11, so this is where it stays. Take a 4 out. I get v squared minus 10, v plus 9. Anytime the middle term is one more, think of the 1 and the 9. So this is, do tic-tac-toe, 1, 9, 9. And I need to get negative 10. They're both negative. Negative 9 and negative 1 gives me negative 10, 1 and 1 and negative 1 and negative 9. So this is 4 times v minus 9 and v minus 1. Review: the sides of a piece of cardboard is the shape of a right triangle and the ratio 5, 12, 13. If the perimeter is 60 feet, what is the length of the shortest side? Shortest side is 5. So I have 5x plus 12x plus 13x equals 60. That is 18, 28, 29, 30. X equals 60. X equals 2. Therefore, these are 10, 24, and 26. And the shortest side is, short side is 10 feet. Now we're getting ready to come closer to a test. Understand that factoring of 12-8 would put you in good standing to get closer to understanding the majority of your test. And that is 12-8, factoring completely.